Welcome back. Welcome back. We remembering King Von, Mona Duke, and Youngin. I put Muwop in the title because I like Muwop, even though we gonna remember him too because he locked away. He got life. Von would have been bigger than Dirk. He one of my top five, one of my favorite rappers. I actually liked him better than Dirk. Plus, he realer than Dirk. He wasn't no how. Ooh, and he was nice on my eyes. And Mona Duke, I ain't think he could rap worth anything. But he was nice looking on these eyes. Them two was fine. And Moowop ain't no bad looking man either. Who left? Who left? E-Dog, Bleach, Boss Top. They all gone. And if they, oh, Little Varney, Little Varney. They all gone. Because if they ain't dead, they definitely locked up. That is so sad. Damn. And I miss him. I miss Vaughn. I mean, oh my God, I miss him. But he probably would have been locked up too. But he would have been alive. I could have wrote him a letter. Put some on his commissary. Put some on his books. Lord have mercy. They all gone. We got to do better, y'all. We got to do better. We got to stop killing one another. But at this time, I ain't doing no articles, no reading. This is just video time. But I'm starting out. This one gonna knock your socks off. Bam. This is my girl. Somebody look at your neighbor and say Fame versus Sacrifice. I say somebody look at your neighbor. Let me get there. King Von was born in Chicago, Illinois on August the 9th in 1994. King Von was raised in the O Block neighborhood, the most dangerous block in Chicago. Some folks may wonder. And they say, how did they come up with the name O Block? Well, the story is, it was a gang member by the name of Odie Perry. Odie Perry. And Odie Perry was part of the Black Disciples gang, also known as the BDs. And Odie Perry was shot to death in Chicago, Illinois. And his killers were never found. So after Odie Perry, he passed away, they named the block O Block. Y'all know how we motherfucking do it. They just took the O out of Odie Perry's name and put it with Block. O Block. When King Von was 16 years old, he went to jail for the first time. And then after that, the first time of him going to jail, he began to get in more legal troubles. In 2014, Von was accused of a shooting that killed one person and wounded another. King Von was able to prove his innocence, and he ended up beating the case. King Von eventually started taking rapping more serious. He said, shit, I'm getting in all this trouble. Every story that we hear about these rappers, they end up wanting to turn their life around and get into rapping. Okay? So King Von, he eventually started taking rapping seriously. Tired of doing all this fucked up ass shit. I'm tired of hustling, doing this. I'm ready to motherfucker just do some rapping and make my money that way. Shit, motherfucker, I'm gonna still hustle and do that, but I want to just get into rapping and see what I can do. Okay? So King Von hooked up with his close childhood friend, the famous rapper by the name of Lil Durk. Y'all know who Lil Durk is. Yeah. King Von and Lil Durk, they begin to collaborate on different singles and stuff, different songs. And Lil Durk ended up signing King Von to his entertainment label called OTF. And that stands for Only the Family. After Lil Durk signed King Von to his Only the Family label, King Von released his single called Crazy Motherfucker Story. That single Crazy Story, it went motherfucker crazy. He went crazy. I said, he went crazy. So fucker insanely. That single crazy story became King Von's breakout single. So after that, King Von said, shit, I can do this motherfucking shit too. And he put out more music. And his name became more and more popular. Y'all ready to go deeper down this rabbit hole tonight? I said, are you ready to go deeper down this rabbit hole to motherfucker tonight? Because it's always something that we can find. The news reported that King Von was involved in an altercation in a downtown Atlanta nightclub. Excuse me. He was involved in an altercation in a downtown Atlanta nightclub. And I want to say this. The footage that's going around on the internet is supposedly Quando Rondo. Him and Quando Rondo fighting and shit. And King Von was getting the best of Quando Rondo. If we sync that video, and if that's Quando Rondo in that video, we already synced it. The dispute quickly resulted in a shootout. King Von ended up losing his life, along with another person. So I think some other people was injured as well, though. Yeah, Slutty. So folks asked me this. And Louis. And they said, so Slutty and Louis. They said, what do you think about this situation? They said, what do you really feel about what's going on? And I'm going to keep it all the way real. And I'm not going to say it if I don't feel it and if I don't see it. This was a motherfucker setup. I said this was a motherfucker setup. Yup. Shit. Them niggas said, you want to be the king, King Von. So we gonna be Scar. Y'all seen the motherfucker Lion King. Them niggas say, you wanna be the king, King Von. So we gonna be Scar. And we gonna take the king up out of this motherfucker. And that's exactly what the fuck they did. Now, before I go deeper on this situation, I want to point something out. I want to point this out. Ancestors showed me this right here so motherfucking clear. So clear. So clear. And I want to show it to y'all. Now, we hear about gangs all the time. We hear about gangs. But how did these gangs really start? And what has it become today? I'm asking you a question. How did these gangs really start? And what has it become today? When you have some time, I want you to go look up this information that I'm going to share with you today. I want you to look it up on your own. And I want you to look up the information about the chain gang. It's called the chain gang. Y'all ready? Listen to me close. The chain gang started in the 1890s. Way back in the 1890s. In the chain gang, it was started in Georgia. And what a chain gang is, it's a group of criminals. A group of criminals and convicts. And these criminals and convicts were chained together. They were chained together, y'all. Chains were wrapped around the ankles of these prisoners. It was usually 5 prisoners chained together. They worked together while being chained together. They ate together while being chained together. And they slept together while being chained together. Can you imagine that? With these chains wrapped around their ankles. It was even female chain gangs as well. And they were chained together by their necks. Go ahead and look it up for me. And these chain gangs were used to repair the land. Listen to me. I said these chain gangs were used to repair the land. I'm going somewhere with this tonight. I need you to stay with me. They would repair buildings, roads, or clearing the land. This chain gang was able to receive credit for a high school diploma and lockdowns for rule in infractions. They was able to avoid disciplinary lockdown for rule infractions. So what does that mean? What does that mean? What that means is these motherfucking chain gang, they could commit criminal acts and get a motherfucker away with it. Why? Because they was part of this motherfucking chain gang. It go deeper than what you think. Okay? It's gonna fuck your head up when you read the purpose of these chain gangs. I said go do the research. I'm reading it to you right now so you can read it back later. But when you see the purpose of these chain gangs, it'll fuck your head up. Why these powder face fuckers even created something like this? The chain gangs were created for punishing people. It was created to get black people to be servitude and obey. It was created to satisfy. Listen, and I'm not saying this. You can go read, and this is what it's saying. This chain gang was created to satisfy the needs of politicians to appear tough on crime, and to also serve as a deterrent to crime. So let's put this shit together. These gangs that y'all hearing about today, most of them, the GDs, the BDs, etc. There's some other ones too. The list goes on and on. These gangs are chain gangs. That's what they really are. These motherfuckers are really part of chain gangs. The only difference is, listen to me, these fuckers ain't locked or chained together in no damn a jail cell. They ain't locked down in no jail cell. The powers that be got these motherfucking chains gangs loose on the motherfucking street. Loose on the street. Got these gangs loose on the motherfucking street. What some of y'all don't know is most of these gangs is actually working for the police. And some of these niggas, they ain't even being locked up for the crimes that they are committing. That part. You know why? It's because they down with the motherfucking chain gang. Half of these gangs, they get paid by the higher ups to commit some of these motherfucking murders, the crimes. The rabbit hole go deeper, y'all. I promise you, it goes deeper than what the fuck y'all know. Okay? It go deeper than what the fuck y'all know. So folks ask me, do I think King Von was a blood sacrifice? And I say hell to the motherfucker, yes. I say hell to the motherfucker, yes, sir. I think he was a blood sacrifice. I don't think about shit. I know he is. And Little Durk. Facts. Let's talk about it. I said, and Little Durk. Now, he want to sit his motherfucking ass back acting like he don't know what the fuck going on. Facts. Little Durk is. Look at Little Durk, y'all. Little Durk just hopped on Pooh Shiesty's song. Go check it out. Pooh Shiesty's song called Back in Blood. I want y'all to go listen to this song. Lil Durk just hopped on Pooh Shiesty's song called Back in Motherfucking Blood. Go listen to that song, y'all. It was some stuff that went down. Okay, it was some stuff that went down with King Von and Lil Durk. Some type of court case shit they were involved in together. And the judge ordered that King Von and Lil Durk, they couldn't hang around each other. In the court, the judge ordered some other things as well. Why? Why the motherfucker judge tell this motherfucker, y'all can't hang around each other like they 3 years old, right? Why? Because the motherfucker sacrifice was being set the fucker upper. Shit. Don't forget this tonight. I said the sacrifice was being set up. That's why the motherfuckers couldn't chill together. Don't play with it. Some of y'all heard about FBG Duck. I said some of y'all, y'all done heard about FBG Duck. He was murdered. I want y'all to go listen to his song, FBG Duck. He made a song called I'm from 63rd. Okay? Excuse me, there's something in my mouth. I'm from 63rd. He said Lil Durk was a fucking white boy. To break it down real easy, he was saying that motherfucker Lil Durk was an Uncle Tom ass motherfucker. He said this motherfucker's supposed to be head of the gang and in the gang and so hard and this and that, but this motherfucker is an Uncle ass Tom. Damn, how you gonna be in the gang and be an Uncle Tom? Facts. That's what Duck said about Lil Durk. Go listen to the song, y'all. I'm just pointing it. Hey, Money Low. What up, dog? What up, dog, Money Low? The fucker out. Shit. Come on now. FBG Duck said that in this song. He said this as well. Some people didn't catch on to this. He said Little Durk signed King Von to his label and shit just so he could sacrifice him. He did say that. Duck said that. Like, motherfucker, you just came here just so he can sacrifice you later. Duck said that. When Duck released that song, I'm from the motherfucker 63rd. Come on, y'all. Y'all better start putting things together. Y'all know how we do it over here. Murder by numbers. I said you know how we do it over here. Murder by numbers. King Von died on November 6th in 2020 this year. Let's go ahead and add it up. 1 + 1 + 6 + 2 + 2 = what? That's right, 12. 1 + 2 = what? 3. There go our 3 right there, y'all. He died at age 26. 2 × 6 = what? 12. 1 + 2 = what? 3. There go our other 6, our other 3, excuse me, right there. There go another 3. So what we do with that? What's 3 + 3? 6. There go our motherfucking 3-6 murder by numbers. I keep trying to tell y'all how to do this. Put it together. 3-6 murder by motherfucking numbers. I'm going to come back with a part 2 on this video because the rabbit hole definitely go deeper. Okay, but I'm going to come do this Mo 3 video and then I'm going to come back live for the part 2 on this King Von video. All right? I love y'all all and I want y'all to be safe. And she bows, huh? So we remember, man, I miss Von. Man, I miss Von. He was my top 5. They all gone. We gotta do better. They all gone. Little Varney left. Boss Top, Gleesh, and E-Dog. The rest of them dead. And then the 5, Muwop, and the other 4, they got life for duck murder. Man, we gotta do better. Mona Duke died and Youngin, man. And I'm gonna get to them because Youngin was laid to rest yesterday. And Mona Duke, he was Muslim, so you can't be embalmed, so you got to be buried quickly when you're a Muslim because they don't do embalming. So they buried him like last Wednesday. All right, let's get into this because this is it's gonna be a part 2.
Mama Duck, how are you? Second mom to me, I'm good.
Now this Duck Mama and Brick Mama who was killed, but we ain't. Let me see. I ain't gonna play all this.
First time I heard it, and then the second time I listened to it, I knew it was now for real. Okay. I don't know if y'all up on that. I used to want to be like Jay-Z when I grow up. I'm like, this nigga didn't really drill rock. How the fuck? Yeah.
Okay, let me go past that because that's not.
Wow. He didn't even know I was there. These were my duck. We smoking on duck. But this, and then the live wasn't even that cold. It was a weak bar, if you ask me. But it made all this motherfucking confusion. Now, motherfucker that's on your level, talking how you talking. Now it's a problem. But ain't none of y'all had nothing to do with Tuka the Mask. So why was it cool for y'all to smoke on Tuka?
Facts.
Kyra, Boss Trail, Dale, Wodale. Yeah. Modale. Every last one of them kids that died at that time, I knew they were in my house. Or knew my kids in some type of fashion. How do you feel about...
And what's so sad about Mama Duck? She had 10 kids, 6 dead. She got 4 left. Only 1 died in a fire. The rest was killed. Duck and Brick. That is sad. I don't even know how. She's strong. 10 kids, 6 died. 4 left. Anyway, but I'm going to say that for when I do her because she a mess. Anyway, so let me get on here because I thought that was, and I'm not going to play all that because I thought, It was going to say something, but it didn't. And I'm not scrolling through. Let me get to this next one. Damn, I miss Von. Mm, mm, mm. My top 5. Tupac, Von, Kendrick, NBA Youngboy, my favorite. Oh, that's my top 5. And who else is it? Kendrick. Who else is it? Everybody say Biggie. I ain't never liked Biggie like that. It's somebody. I don't want to say Dirt. Well, when I think of the 5th person, I'll let you know. Hold on, let me get here because I got that was from, and I did not delete that. I thought she was saying something. I wouldn't even have pulled that up. Just hold on a second. We're going to get through this. Because everything I do got to be a part 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Shit. Just give me a second. Because then I'll be able to get to them fast. Then, but if you think about that, and then when they killed Mona Duke the following week, they took his old block chain. And then posted it. And they posted it. These kids is all cold. Okay, here we go. Let me get to the very first one. Let me see. This
King Von's death sent shockwaves throughout Chicago.
Sure did.
His loss, while others viewed it as the inevitable outcome of his violent
This is
past.
Spotlight.
Every gang member in the city knew exactly who he was, and it's safe to say that his reputation wasn't built on the best foundations.
Dirk was scared of Von. They knew what type of animal he was before he got out of jail. Like, this dude is a killer. They wanted to be around him. Von got the streets. Dirk ain't got the streets. And then he got all the real members behind Von. Like, all the real Dirk paying for friends.
From a young age, Devin Daquan Bennett, better known as King Von, aligned himself with the Black Disciples, making powerful allies, but even more dangerous enemies.
Von would have been my boyfriend. I ain't lying. Mm-mm.
Why was he killed? Who was responsible for pulling the trigger? And what was the real motive behind his death? To understand the full story, we need to go back to the very beginning.
He was a serial killer who bragged about killing people, and he professed and confessed to be a demon.
He was dead, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'll go do it himself on feet by himself. Von gave me a lot of passes. He could have killed me a couple times. I was happy as hell when I found out Von was dead. I cooked for the whole day. I was relieved for the community, man, because he was over there torturing them guys, man. What's wrong with him? That's not human, man. He's not regular, man. He was the devil, man. How are you rich and you're robbing people? You robbing producers. You robbing rappers. You got money.
So from what I hear, that documentary proves everything to be true. He is a serial killer, and he was a demon in human form.
Von grew up in Old Block, a notoriously violent neighborhood, alongside his mother and 6 half-siblings. His life took a tragic turn when he was just 11 years old. His father, Silk, a well-known gang member, was shot and killed in a botched drug deal. Von later admitted that he struggled to sleep at night after losing his father, a trauma that shaped much of his worldview. Von frequently mentioned Silk in his music, paying tribute to him in lyrics where he would shout out his name, often followed by "Rest in peace."
Can I say I was kind of happy? I was serious. I was, though. It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he did. But I was happy as hell when I found out Von was dead. I cooked for the whole day.
Even though the incident happened in 2005.
And Butter did cook for the whole day. Why? Because he killed K.I., his sister, right in front of Butter. I still love Von though.
Von continued to talk about his father until the day he died. The pain and loss he carried from a young age influenced his decisions and the life he chose to pursue. But just because his father was absent didn't mean he lacked a support system. His mother's home was located at the corner of 64th Street and Martin Luther King Drive, an area heavily associated with the Black Disciples. This put him in close proximity to two rising rap stars, Lil Durk and Chief Keef.
King Von, he was the realest person I had in the industry. He used to be on house arrest. I'm coming to his house. I'm pulling up. They'll give me what I need. We kick it, chill, play 2K, whatever, to make him feel good while he was on house arrest, because he never liked being on house arrest. Whenever I hear him, he was never like, all right, get what I'm getting and leave. I actually kicked it with bro and spent time with him.
Who would go on to shape Chicago's drill music scene. His environment exposed him to street life early, and his connections within the Black Disciples set the stage for his future. Von and Lil Durk were childhood friends who grew up together, shaping each other's music and navigating life on the streets. Their deep connection extended beyond music. Von earned a reputation as one of the most feared shooters in Chicago. His notoriety was so widespread that many gangs avoided conflict with Lil Durk simply because of how close he and Von were. Von often referred to himself as the grandson of King David, the activist who founded the Black Disciples. This nickname became a topic of debate within the gang. Some members embraced it, viewing Von as a new leader in the ranks. Others saw it as a sign of disrespect to the founder. While serving time for multiple offenses, Von claimed that fellow inmates frequently told him he reminded them of King David. This reinforced his belief that he was destined for something greater, but instead of turning away from the streets, he...
Okay, we're going to be done with that one. We're going to be done with that one. We just doing a reminisce. Dang, why didn't go away? Oh, fuck. Oh, man, come on.
Every rapper has something to say about King Von.
Oh, this
Some rappers think
trapologist.
he's a legend, while others claim he was as tough as it seemed.
Von, no, I beat that. Make you cry until I embarrass you. Von.
And you gotta see how Durk really feels about it.
And he did beat Butter ass, but he came back and blew Butter kneecap off. And Butter locked up now. He locked up too. Damn.
Is what rappers think about King Von. Starting with Wooski, because Wooski and Von have never been on good terms since they were known ops. Because Von has dissed Wooski a ton and always made fun of him. So when asked about King Von, here's what Wooski had to say.
But what do you think when you hear his songs and him name dropping you and everything?
Man, it's a that be funny to me.
Cam Capone also asked Wooski about King Von's documentary that Trap Lord Ross posted, and he let it be known that they were hyping Von up in the documentary.
How do you feel about these documentaries in general?
What happened to Wooski? Wooski got shot in the head. And so he kind of slurred. Now he trying to come in the rap game right now, which is confusing to me because he kind of slow because he was shot in the head. And then Von did make fun of Wooski all the time. Y'all ask me how I know all this stuff because I love Chicago. I drive to Chicago all the time. It's only 4 hours away from Detroit.
And they just be running
I love Chicago.
But all of King Von's ops don't think bad about him because
You fuck with Wooski? Oh, you got
bad to say about him when fans ask him what he thought about Von.
But I like him though. I ain't gonna lie to you on Joseph. Oh no. Y'all happy now? I just told y'all what I told y'all. Now what the else you want from me?
Now let's move on to Lil J, because King Von and Lil J did time together in Cook County Jail, and both of these rappers were doing a lot of crazy things behind bars. So when asked about Von, here's what Lil J had to say.
He was still my shorty, man. He was scared of me, man. Double O, man. That was still my shorty, man. He went on man. See these Chirac, that music might sing good, man. See these on the crown.
And many
Now, Little J ain't no hoe, but he loved Transformers. He been caught with many Transformers in and out of prison, jail. He liked them.
said that they don't really think Von was scared of Lil J.
He
They think
wasn't.
He avoided being by him while behind bars, since Lil J is known for doing some questionable things while in jail.
I
Because
told
Lil J's
y'all.
own partners didn't want to be around him while in jail due to him fooling with dudes and taking booty. A clip showed Lil J.
I
letting the guy
told
sit on
y'all.
his lap and kiss him,
I ain't
and
even
that
know they
ain't
was
the
gonna
only
say
clip.
all that.
Lil J also beat up another inmate since he was harassing the dude that Lil J dates. After all these clips hit the internet, people said King Von was right the whole time since before he passed. He exposed Lil J for being sus, but not too many people believed him.
Hey, there's a lot of things I could tough to say, go to jail, be on straight shit. Perfect example, Lil J.
051 Kiddo is another one of King Von's ops, who he had to do some time with while in jail. And Kiddo was actually King Von's cellmate. So when Kiddo was asked about King Von, he said,
So you walk in your cell and you see King Von. What's your first reaction?
No reaction. You
No
know,
reaction.
I'm from Young Money 051. It wasn't nothing like that.
Kiddo also spoke more on Von in an interview with Say Cheese. And even though the two were ops, it seems like they had a lot of respect for each other.
He fought for me.
051. Hey, he got bodies. 051, yeah, he got bodies. He do. So I can see the respect.
He fought for me. I
Like
got
what?
into it with
Somebody
a nigga.
was trying to fuck with you or what?
Man,
Like,
no, I got into it with a on front of Greg. No, I'm finna fight for you, bro.
Kiddo claims the only reason he disses Von from time to time, even though they were cool, is since Von dissed his loved ones while he was alive.
Even though I'm dissing him, it is what it is, folks. But you dissed on mine, though. So you gonna feel the same way I felt, folks. I'm for now.
Let's see what another member from 051 had to say about Von, because 051 Melly was probably one of Von and Dirk's deadliest ops, because it is also rumored that Melly was responsible for getting Dirk's manager, Chino, gone since Melly went on IG Live talking about the situation and making fun of Chino.
Yeah, Chino Burger. That's what they said.
And while Dirk and Von were fighting their case in Atlanta, fans
051 Melly did. He did. He gone.
Melly for his thoughts on the situation. And here's what he had to say.
that's how free Dirk and Von. Free I'd rather them dead than in jail. But Von, he's been in jail before. I know how to fight. You hear me? New source.
Even rappers outside of Chicago had things to say about King Von, because some claim he was a crash dummy, while others say he was one of the realest people ever. Because many people didn't know that NLE Chopper and Von were very close behind the scenes. So after NBA Youngboy started dissing Von in his songs, NLE Chopper was one of the first rappers to hop in the beef and defend Von's name, even though he grew up looking up to Youngboy. And when DJ Academics asked Chopper what made him do that, here's what he had to say.
Bro don't be able to defend his name, and like I just feel like with street stuff, if you did it, if that was your work, if you did all this and do that, speak freely of it, speak highly of it, you got every right to do it. That was your shit, that was your work, do it. But like certain stuff be coming from outsiders, and like that wasn't even there when certain happened. Like, I just don't respect that part of it.
But a lot of out-of-state rappers didn't feel the same as Chopper, because days after King Von lost his life in Atlanta, T.I. shared a message about the situation and said, "Stop coming here to kill each other." Shit played out. T.I. was mad that Von came to Atlanta and was still committing crimes and doing a lot of violent stuff. His message had a lot of mixed feelings from fans, since a lot of them were mad that T.I. didn't agree with King Von's actions. And T.I. isn't the only OG in the rap game who has something
Okay,
to say
that's
about
boring.
Von,
Okay, we
because
done with that one. We done with that one. We done with that one. I don't think I'm gonna get the Mona Duke. Mona Duke. This is so funny to me. It might not be funny to y'all. Trisha's new snitching ass.
Him and Quando Rondo got into it. He saw Quando Rondo at a
a parking lot at a club. He ran up on him, started punching him. A shootout happened.
He beat Quando Rondo ass. He whooped his ass. Von could fight now.
Him was somehow involved in it. Slutty ends up getting killed, which is one of Von's guys, one of your friends as well.
Slutty, and then Louis killed. Oh my God, Louis killed him. Oh God, Louis and Zell killed themselves. Oh my God, they all gone. As y'all can tell, I like gangsters. That's all I ever mess with. But anyway, this just cheer.
As my cellmate. Why is always my cellmate before I got out? That was my cellmate, Vlad. Slutty was. That was my cellmate, man. The last conversation I had with him before he left out, man, is don't hang around them dudes, man. All them dying. I was in the cell. Hey, look, we was same deck, everything. T-Roy died. HK died. We was in there together. Brick died. We was in there together. You hear me? Like, he patted my back. He cried, and I'm patting his back. And then it came time for me to cry when Brick got killed and Kobe got killed. You know what I'm saying? We was together, bro. That's my boy. And I hate that he died with them, bro, with them little-ass kids, bro.
Yeah, I mean, 100K Track, who I interviewed, he ends up getting shot in the leg. It was just a whole train wreck of events. When you heard that Von got killed, how'd you feel?
When I heard that Von got killed, it was sad. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was sad, bro, because I ain't got nothing to do with none of their beef. You know what I'm talking about? And then Von gave me a lot of passes. You know what I'm talking about? Like, he gave me a lot of passes through that motherfucker. He could have killed me a couple times over there on that side when seeing me. But he didn't on everything because he knew me when I looked out for him when he first came to O Block. When he first came in Park when his mama moved, he remembered that them passes that he kept on getting them out of shit. So he kept on getting me passes. So I was kind of hurt. But then, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't bring him back. I was relieved for the community, man. Because he was over there torturing them guys. Man. It is what it is, Vlad, man. Like, hey, look, some people need to be gone, bro. You know what I'm talking about? In order for shit to get better. And he one of them. I ain't gonna lie to you. He one of them, man. That dude, man, and whatever he say, he mean it, man. Von is like that. Like, can't nobody try to downplay his shit or none of that, bro. He like that. And if Von was here right now, and I got on live and say, Von, you a pussy, you ain't like that. All right, don't wait till I catch you. Wait till I get up. You know what I'm talking about? Like, he dead serious. He mean it, bro. So, yeah, I think it's a good thing, man. Like, it's a good thing, man, that they gone, bro. Like, they was down here just taking people, bro, for no reason, bro. And then people be like, oh, that don't count. He took a lane. Like, what the fuck? This lane got family, bro. Like, you know what I'm talking about? They be like, he ain't killed nobody important. Boy, he killed somebody. You know what I'm talking about? Like, they make up all the excuses, man. They make up all the excuses, bro.
Well, I interviewed FBG Butter recently, and he said that Von was his favorite op. And he was happy when Von got killed. You were happy he got killed.
Can I say I was kind of happy? No, seriously, I was, though. It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he did. But I was happy as hell when I found out Von was dead. Nigga, I cooked for the whole day.
A lot of them was. When he went to jail, they would celebrate. Shit, when he went to jail for the murder, for the years, they was over there happy. They was happy than a motherfucker, man. So thugs do celebrate people downfalls. Like, they be on the internet acting tough, but I done seen them pop bottles when D Rose got locked up for some innocent shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I was over
that's messed up. D Rose he got 40 years for a body he did not do. Von did the body, and D Rose got 40 years. He ain't snitched, but that's how if you out there, that's just how it go. You take them L's. Unless you're a civilian. I'm a civilian now anyway, but if you out there, it's rules and regulations to this, and you're supposed to follow those rules and regulations, and that's just what it is, unless you're a civilian. And that's just what it is. Because if you ain't going to be like that, if you ain't going to do it all the way, don't do it at all.
The shit, like that's why I came out, and it's like, man, we need to free D Rose. He need to get up out there. D Rose need to tell on somebody, bro. Because ain't no way in the hell I'm finna do 40 years. And I know this motherfucker out here who did the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, bro. Call me what you want, man. Call me what
Well,
you want.
you are a snitch because you sat up there. You in paperwork, boy. Trenches News is in paperwork, plenty of it, and took the stand. But you can't take his word. But he funny. He funny. But I wouldn't trust him as far as I see him, because he gonna tell it.
Do you think that Dirk saw this coming? Because think about it, right before he got arrested, he did the whole.
I'm sorry. Dirk sacrificed him like he did his cousin Newski, his brother D Thing, who wanted to do, who I probably ain't gonna get to tonight, got a baby by D Thing, little Dirk brother who did baby mama. Youngin, I ain't know too much about Youngin, but Muwap, I know a lot about Muwap.
Push and Peace thing on stage with FIB J-Mane, where he showed like pictures of his enemies, like including FBG Duck and everything else like that. You know, he'd been Muslim for a while, but I feel like he went extra Muslim right before he got arrested.
Yeah, he went a lot of extra. You got to think about it, Vlad. He wiped his record. He knew they was coming, Vlad. He wiped the whole record. Like, we criminals. We ain't thinking about going and wiping no records, man. You got millions of dollars. Well, you ain't got to wipe your record. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still could go overseas. You was going overseas with the record that you got. You know?
Right.
So,
right.
Like, he knew they was coming, man. And then the peace thing, like I tell everybody, it's a good thing, Vlad. Like, he played people. That was a whole play. But it was a good thing. You know how you got kids still believe in Santa Claus, but you as a grown person know the truth. So let them kids believe that piece was real. Let them think that, you know what I'm saying, like them putting a picture up there, like it's a star somewhere. But that was a whole play, man. That whole situation was a play. You know, that was a play for Dirk. He needed that. He tried to clean up his image so when they do come, you can say that in the court. I was under United Center, I had the ops up there, you know, all that bullshit that he gonna try to run by them.
Well, look, I've been on this recently because I really had to think of.
I have to laugh. Trenches News make me laugh. Oh, nah. This K.I. Butter sister that Von killed. But she was a gangster herself. K.I. was.
When he was killed.
And the thing about it, I can't stand these culture vultures like Bad, No Jumper, Jordan Tower, and we follow them and watch them because they make money on us and don't put nothing in our community. I cannot stand them Caucasians. Them, Camp Capone, same thing. They make money off of our demise and don't get nothing back. I can't stand them. Especially Bad and No Jumper.
K.I. And I interviewed FBG Butter, who's K.I.'s brother. And according to him and the stories that were reported, K.I. saw the murder. And, you know, and a lot of this is a little bit fuzzy, but they're saying that she killed Odie Perry in revenge for Tuka's murder. Okay, so did she see Tuka get killed?
Yeah, it was her, G.I. Joe, Lil Durrell, R.I.P. Side from Gyro, Ronte, Buka from 600, Buka, D from 600, they big brother, that's Ronte, bro. Ronte, it was a couple of them out there on 4th grade. Couple of guys, C-Dog, couple of guys, not C-Dog from the O, but C-Dog from our shit, from Gyro. A couple of the guys out there. That's why motherfuckers knew exactly who killed Took right away, because it was so many people out there. Motherfucker walked up and only killed Took, only shot Took.
He was at a bus stop.
Yeah, he's at the bus stop. They on the bus stop 6 deep.
Okay, because
At the bus stop 6 deep, gang.
Well, the story goes that she killed someone at 14 as revenge over Tuka. That's what they say.
Man, OD got his shit right.
Right. Well, Odie Perry got killed at one point. So and they're saying that
and O.D. Perry and Vaughn was best friends. That's who O Block named after.
I mean, it's footage. It's actually it's a video
of O.D. Perry getting killed.
Yeah.
And you saw it.
I ain't seen nothing, man. I just heard the stories, bro.
Okay.
Like with K.I., man. Like I was there when she died. Like I watched her take her last breath before the ambulance, man. Before she went to the hospital, I was out there on the scene. Like K.I. then ran around, put her gun in the air, chased people off the block. But I ain't never heard she killed nobody, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like you hear shit in the streets, you know the killers. You know what I'm saying? Like Lil B them, they were savages. Them motherfuckers are savages. You know what I'm talking about? King Von was a savage. Like he ain't just rap about it, he meant it. You know what I'm talking? Nah, K.I., that's why she dead now, man. Because people like Lil J and them and everybody else geeking them up, oh, she killed him. But if you go back to a tweet, all you gotta do, Vlad, go back to a tweet, man. This one guy, man, from MOB, man, and he'll let you know. Stop claiming my work. He let the world know that shit back then when OD died. He said, hey, look, don't make me come on St. Louis and blow that motherfucker up, man. Stop claiming my work. So I thought the OD theory been out the way. You know what I'm talking about? But they still keeping this shit going and keeping it going and keeping it going, man.
Okay, because the stories about K.I. are crazy. They're saying she allegedly killed 20 people. Even Butter, told me that there was a situation at a party where she stabbed somebody up. I mean, she had a pretty fearsome reputation, especially for a young female. I mean, she was allegedly like 14 when she killed her first person. And for the next few years, she was a terror. But you're saying she didn't kill anybody.
Man, I ain't heard that she killed nobody, man. I ain't heard that K.I. killed nobody. I seen her chase people off the block. Like, I was out there when she chased Young Money off the block. I was out there. She put the gun there. Boom, 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 boom. Like, I was out there with shit like that. Telling people to move around. Like, she had balls for a female. You know what I'm saying? But her reason for doing it was because none of the males wasn't going to do it. Like, after Lil B died, everybody, like, folded. That's what she was saying. She was like, everybody's scared now that Lil B gone, so I got to take over. She felt like she had to carry the torch, and that's what, and she gone now because she felt like she had to carry a torch as a female.
Damn, that's sad.
Okay, so you were there.
Damn, that's sad. Man. Damn, they all gone. Even when I think about my boys. So many deaths, senseless deaths. Oh, I'm about this. And I ain't gonna get them on the do. I just have to do a part 2 like I always do. Because I like reminiscing. Hold up, y'all. But I still think Von was a better rapper. He would have been bigger than Durk. I think Durk got jealous. I really do. Seeing the potential in Von. Oh, Money Loc, I know it's something I wanted to tell you. I seen a video. Here go Von's father. Silk. He looked just like his daddy.
Von, but not a lot of people know about his father. Walter Silk Bennett. Before Von became one of the biggest names in drill music, his dad was already a well-known figure in the streets of Chicago. In this video, we're going to break down who Silk really was, his reputation in the city, how he influenced Von, and the truth behind his death. Who was Silk? Now, Walter E. Bennett, aka Silk, also known as King Von's biological father, was born on October 28, 1974, and was killed July 31st, 2005, when King Von was only 11 years old. Everybody that was a resident over there considered Silk to be the most powerful and influential person of that area. Not to mention the richest person of that time in that area as well.
He looked just like his daddy.
Now, most people speculate that it was from drugs, not scamming, not robbing, not rapping, none of that. Silk was strictly a big-time drug dealer where he was from, and that allegedly played a part in his death, but we'll get to that later. Silk wasn't just anybody in Chicago. He was a highly respected member of the Black Disciples, specifically from Ada Park. If you know anything about Chicago's gang structure, you know BD history runs deep, and Silk was a major name in that.
Facts.
He was known for his influence, the way he carried himself, and how people respected him. He had a lot of the same traits King Von would later be known for. People from his era said that Silk was very, very big on respect and loyalty, and was very careful about the people that he hung around. Not that he didn't just hang around anybody neither. Now you know how they always say that the parents' trait trickle down to the child. Realize how many things King Von and his father had in common. They were very, very, so much like a split image of each other. Now Von's friends also expressed how big he is on loyalty, and we actually seen it when he made his first 100,000 off of rap music, and he went back to the hood and broke it down evenly in between his guys. They don't get no more loyalty than that because he didn't have to do that, man. Like, it is very absurd.
And like whenever I am that I am, if something happens to they gonna slide, he took his first 100,000 and split it between his guys, feeding the wolves. You got to feed the wolves. I was taught that at a young age. Feed the wolves. Anytime I go back to the hood, which I don't go because I'm older now, but whatever that, always feed the wolves. Always. Put stuff on their books. They can buy them conversary. I send care package. I do all that. And some of my friendships go back. Some of them still out there getting money. And we've been friends 50 years, 40 years. 40.
Like, it's not common that somebody make their first 100,000 and break it down between the guys.
Facts.
Usually they go buy them over a house. They want to splurge and want to buy cars. They actually want to stunt on the hood. But nah, not this man. He got his first 100,000 from rap, and he took it back to Chicago with his guys, and they split it amongst each other.
Sure did.
It don't get no realer than that. Now, also, when it comes to friends who could be around Von, Tay Capone, who was once real close to Von, had this to say.
Von was 2012, everybody can hang with Von. Like, if you was hanging with Von, you had to accept everything that came with Von. You had to accept that you was gonna be in shootings, accept that it was gonna be that, and you had to be with it. You feel me? With Von, you feel me? And this was a lot of time. Everybody didn't want to hang with him. They could, because you had to be on. He was on. A lot of niggas was on. But Von was on. But Von was like that. So niggas that was faking, for sure ain't want to end up somewhere with Von by themselves. You feel me? Niggas that was soft, really didn't want to have nothing to do with this shit. They weren't trying to kick with Von and stay around too long. You feel me?
People from Chicago who were around during that time still speak on how Silk moved. He was someone you didn't want to cross, but at the same time, he had that leader-type energy that made people gravitate toward him. Silk's relationship with King Von Von didn't get to spend a lot of time with his dad because Silk was in and out of prison. If you ever listened to Von's interviews, you'd hear him talk about how much he looked up to his dad, even though he wasn't always there. Not to mention, we all knew King Von was a demon, and they say Silk was just as ruthless, if not more. Now, they say Silk was a demon. A lot of people that knew him that actually, you know, instead of just from the outside looking in, the ones that knew him called him Little Silk. And I'm going to tell you why I brought up his height, right? Because I got this thing with short people. I feel that a lot of people have the Napoleon complex. You know, people.
That's right. I'm 5'1". Short people don't play. Short people ain't nothing to play with. Because we do have to prove ourselves. Because we short. Just because you big and tall don't mean you won't drop.
That man. But him being a demon I think judging from King Von and seeing how King Von carried himself and how he was described amongst his peers, I wouldn't put it past Silk being that type of person that people say he was, that demon, that ruthless dude, that very well-fed and respected man. Because like I said, the way King Von carried himself, he had to get him somewhere. And not to mention, like I said, he carried his father's traits. So it is what it is. Now, even though they shared a lot of traits, Silk wasn't around King Von as much, unfortunately. And a couple things played a part in that. You may see pictures with him and King Von, and even pictures with him and King Von's sisters. But believe it or not, Silk wasn't around much. Now, before some of y'all think he was a bad father and throw that jacket on him, that really isn't the case in this situation here. The thing was, he was busting his moves in the street, doing what he's doing, you know.
We don't need to see, here we go with the Caucasian, got to explain what's going on out here. We know what he was doing. He was out there in them streets. He couldn't be around, but when he was around, he dropped off, did what he could for his son. So I hate that. I hate when them Caucasians have to speak on what's going on. You don't know for real. You ain't black. You ain't live what we live. I think I'm going to end that right there. Damn, I ain't even get the money to do. Yep, and I got to delete all these videos too so I can clear up my phone. All right, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate my new subscribers. I done dropped 3 videos today. All right, y'all. Please hit the like button. Money Loke, you still called me, so because I got some topics we could do. I don't think you called me anyway. I don't know your area code. But anyway, or text me. That's it. Before you call, text, so then I know it's you. All right, like, share, subscribe. All right, y'all. Good night. I gotta go to work in the morning.